Hey guys, what's up? So the big beast is back. Alright, so this is, I've actually worked on this thing several times. Upgrades over the years. It's for a business customer, but... So, this is a CR-10 S5. It's a gigantic 500 by 500 bed. It's Creality's, I mean, I don't know if they still make a bigger printer or not, but it's a frame style printer. And, yeah, I guess after the upgrades maybe a couple years ago, I mean, did pretty extensive upgrades to it. So originally had like an external box, and I actually designed an undermount kit for it a couple years ago. And it's actually one of my most popular downloads on Thingiverse. Yeah, so I originally I hated that external box. So like when I did all the upgrades to this thing, I redesigned the whole system for an undermount. So I think at the same time we upgraded to like a MKS, I think it's like E3, I can't remember the name of it. And then a solid state drive, and we actually upgraded the heated bed to a AC heated bed, but a full size heated bed. So the original, Creality, the original heated bed was DC, but it was only 300 by 300, so you didn't heat the whole bed up. So here's a closer look at my undermount kit. Like I said, it's on my Thingiverse page. So what the customer wants me to do is, I guess he was printing here today, and then it got clogged up, and then, so he bought a new extruder for it, and let me show you what it is. Alright, so on the extruder, he got Microswiss. Well, he actually bought this to replace it, but then he didn't realize that I already rewired the whole thing before, so this connector wouldn't work. So at the same time, he had a Microswiss direct drive. So I have two options. I can either put this one back on there, cut the wires, re-terminate them, the two fan wires. So you have the hot end, the thermistor, and the two fans. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do the direct drive if I can here. So what do we got? So he had a couple Microswiss boxes in here. So, yeah, alright, so I'm going to do the Microswiss, oh, that's Bowden duals. Okay, so he had so it looks like he had a Bowden setup, and then also a direct drive. Okay, CR-10, okay. So I'm going to attempt to do the direct drive, because a Bowden setup it's really... I mean, also, it's exaggerated, too, for that printer, because it's so big. So you have this really long Bowden tube because it's such a big bed. So it actually exaggerates the problem, especially with wear, too. So the issue with the Bowden tubes is that it's retraction, because over time you build slack inside the tube and it becomes harder to retract. It becomes less and less accurate. Alright, so yeah, he has the whole hot end kit, so Microswiss hot end. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, extension wire. Okay, well hopefully I can get all this to fit and work in there. And, alright, so I got to read the instructions on how to do this Microswiss thing here. Hopefully I don't have to redo the firmware. It's like I originally had custom written the firmware for that device. I can't remember if I uploaded the thing on Thingiverse or not. But, yeah, like I said, it was a E3 Mini. But I guess the default for that board was like a Creality Ender 3, whereas they didn't have a CR-10 S5, so with the BL Touch. So, one of the issues with these direct drive, direct feed systems is that when it's not gear reduction, right, you have to use a bigger motor because you need the extra power to grab the filament. But if you're using like a gear reduction, like a BMG type of extruder, you could actually go with a smaller pancake motor. So I'm probably going to have to stick with the stock heavy-duty motor, so, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I have to get my head back in this. It's been a couple of years since I've done one of these, but I've probably done at least 10 of these, probably. Yeah, you typically mainly with Ender 3s, but, yeah, maybe a couple CR-10s, but not a CR-10 S5. Yeah, I mean, this is really like not very complicated at all. I mean, it's all self-explanatory. I can just look at it and figure it out. And got the extruder on. Alright, be back this afternoon. I'm going to go do some IT work and then come back and start working on this again. Alright, got everything back together. Yeah, it's funny. It's one of the few printers that's so big I had to work on it on the floor. It's too big to even go on one of my benches. Okay, so everything's wired back in. Yeah, I have to head back into Marlin again. It's been a couple of years since I've really been into Marlin. Actually, I don't think I've even compiled any sort of Marlin firmware in probably a couple of years. So, alright, flip it over, power it on. Before I put the cover back on, I want to make sure everything works and wired correctly. Alright, make sure you set the E-steps to 130 if you can see that. Yeah, it's different extruders, direct drive. You're going from bowden to direct drive, but it's more like the gear diameter. The diameter of the drive gear. Ah, messed up. Timeout. Okay. Band settings. You can see that. Okay, where we at? Steps per millimeter. I'm going to switch that over to 130. You gotta do where it's got timeout. Save it. Okay, 130. Go back. Make sure you save it. Store settings. One of the things nice about the Big Tree Tech boards is it actually has an EEPROM built onto it, whereas the Creality boards it saved the configuration on the SD card. So if you removed your SD card and swapped it out, you'd lose your settings. Yeah, make sure you delete your offset too, because the offset it's going to be slightly different. So yeah, you don't want to ram or crash the bed. Alright, so I'm doing the Z offset here, and I do a lot, at least on these older printers, I do a lot of skirt layer lines to get the offset correct. So this one's obviously around 3, I just showed you. Maybe go, I can probably bring it back a little bit. Go 2, 5, let's try that. Compress it a little bit too much, let's try that. Alright, yeah, I did 50 skirt layer lines, so I can kind of really dial it in, and then I'll save it once I'm done. You know, if you guys are new to 3D printing, this is how it was back in the day for us, man. It was crazy slow with these bed slingers. So not like these modern, ultra-fast Core XYs. Yeah, it was painfully slow, man. You'd have a print take 4 or 5 days, man. It's crazy. Especially on a printer this big. Yeah. Alright, there it is. That's the speed you get on a printer this big. This style printer. I mean, you could go faster, but I mean, the quality would just dramatically go downhill. I mean, even this quality is probably not going to be that great. You'll see. Alright, it's done burning. Let's see. Yeah, look at all that. Yeah, there's no pressure advance. That's all this, you know. See all the waviness? Yeah, look at all that, man. That's all the ghosting. Wow. Nothing they can really do about that, though. It's just so big and heavy, you know. I mean, there is. Yeah, I don't know if there is. What's it called? Not pressure advance. I forget what it's called in Marlin. It's been a while since I've been in Marlin, like the firmware. Alright, well, another printer back in business. Nothing I can really do about the quality. I mean, all you can really do is slow down the print. So, alright, cool. Awesome. Yeah, this thing is just really just used for prototyping, though, for this company. So, like large stuff. They don't go into production with the parts that print out of this thing. Alright, cool. Microswiss. Awesome.